Representative Kifowit, for what reason do you rise?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. A point of personal privilege.
Please proceed.
Thank you. My comments are kind of relevant, given the current discussion we had just on the last bill. For 20 years, we've been talking about refunding school, the way we pay schools, and we do have a bill that talks about it now. This morning, I read a quote in Politico from the minority leader stating that a 2-year property tax freeze doesn't go far enough. My question is, how far is enough for the governor and the minority leader? It's almost mind-boggling that we have a discussion about school funding in this chamber in the same breath talking about freezing property taxes. We need to ensure our schools don't lose money, is what I hear in the school funding formula. Hold harmless is a big key to this funding formula to make sure that our children have the resources they need to be educated. In this morning, the minority leader is on record, again, as saying a 2-year freeze isn't enough. So how much money should my school district lose on the quest to perpetuate this false narrative regards to property taxes? First and foremost, a 2-year property freeze will cost my school district $8 million, which is laughable considering the school district would only gain in our funding formula less than $1 million. $8 million would cost my school district for the property tax freeze that doesn't go far enough. Let's talk about the 5-year freeze that was included in the Senate's proposal. My school district would lose $36 million on a 5-year property tax freeze. So my question is that enough? Is that enough for my school district to lose $36 million in effect that we are trying to get far enough to quell the property tax freeze narrative, which is all over the television? So the only person in my district who is out there talking about this is the property tax assessors. Our property tax assessor will say, don't come to me when your property taxes don't go down, when this property tax freeze that 2 years isn't long enough. Who knows how long it's supposed to be, because it just freezes the levy. What we need is a balanced budget that funds schools properly and that reduces the dependency of funding our schools from property taxes to where it's supposed to go in the state of Illinois. I am prepared, and I have said on this House floor, to vote for a balanced and responsible budget. There are proposals that contain cuts and revenues in the House, and it starts to put the state of Illinois on the right path. And I'm ready to go that route. But embracing the fact that property tax freeze in any shape or form will not harm our school districts profoundly, and for the minority leader to say that a 2-year property tax freeze, which will cost my schools $8 million, is not far enough, I think is just borderline ridiculous. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Representative